It is time. Well, today is April 9th, 2020, and it is the 100th day of the year. Ugh. Good morning. That's a really good thing. Daily. It's good stuff. I know you're in a different time zone. That's good. Okay. So, speaking of 100 days, yesterday marked 4,950 push ups this year. Today I will cross over to 5,050. The numbers are ticking by much faster now. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the nature of how God made me. Thankful for our health as a family. I'm very thankful for the ability to continue to do work because the alternative is unknown. I'm thankful for irrational peace. I'm thankful for the gift of trust that I have in God. I have an overall sense of physical well being, I think. And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the book of Ecclesiastes, like we read last night. Definitely thankful for that. I'll repeat that verse. The point, the punchline. The punchline of last night's OK Doomer, where we addressed how King Solomon was the ultimate doomer, how you don't have anything on King Solomon. Not at all. Not at all. Ecclesiastes 12, verse 13. All has been heard. The end of the matter is. Now, when he says all has been heard, that's following a lot of things that he said. He he basically he got you so He pulls you out to the ledge, so to speak. He doomers you almost to death. King Solomon, that is. He discourages you to the extent of absolute I'm giving up on life mentality. Like by the time he's done, you would have to be like, wow, I don't even know if I want to breathe anymore. Like doomer, super doomer. So that's what he means. That's what's significant about all has been heard. Go read the whole book. It won't take you too long. You probably have time. All has been heard. The end of the matter is fear God, revere and worship him, knowing that he is, and keep his commandments, for this is the whole of man, the full original purpose of his creation, the object of God's providence, the root of character, the foundation of all happiness, the adjustment to all inharmonious circumstances and conditions under the sun, and the whole duty for every man. It's good. Definitely thankful for that. All right. Well, it is um, early for me. I had a weird dream where I got a truck ride from President Trump. What was weird is I was a third wheel kind of situation. I was a third wheel. There was like a man and a woman and I think a kid or two. And I was like walking with them. You ever had one of those dreams where you were the fifth wheel or third wheel, or I guess I would have been the fifth wheel in this situation. You ever been in one of those situations in a dream? Oh, it's definitely fifth wheel is more appropriate. So I was the fifth wheel, metaphorically. We were walking long down this road. Oddly enough, it was as if we were walking down a road named Sandy Plains Road. I think it was Sandy Plains Road. The odd part is I haven't been on Sandy Plains Road in a long time. Eh, eh, a year, but I haven't lived near Sandy Plains Road in over 15 years. It's a road in Georgia, not where I live. Excuse me. But Trump and I and his family, I was again the fifth wheel. I was in the center of focus, but I wasn't invisible either. I was a participant in the conversation. So this is the dream I had. Trump's walking down the road and he's leading us to a get a ride to take people wherever. Anyway, not wherever we were. He was supposed to be taking us to our vehicles, something like that, so that we could go on our merry way. Um, But for whatever reason, Trump was talking about current events, and there was a high school boy that had hit the news in my dream. Yes, my dreams sometimes get really a lot going on in them. Layers, layers. Anyway, there's a high school boy that was hitting the news this time who had refused. I'm like overthinking the nature and the metaphors and stuff of my dream. Anyway, there was a high school boy who had refused to receive a certain um, mandatory vaccination on grounds of um, Christianity, religious freedom. Good morning, Creative Bear. And for whatever reason, Trump had brought this boy up as a case example of bravery. And but he was talking about it in the sense of it's a shame that this boy's going or that this boy was arrested. It's a shame, something along those lines. And I perked up and asked the question to Trump in my dream. I said, "Well, isn't he protected by his religious freedoms?" And the answer that I got was less than emphatic, but in the positive. It was something to the degree of I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. And that was pretty much my only interaction. But here, the other odd thing, this man and a woman with some children, approximately this, maybe several years older, like 5 years older than me, according to what I could perceive in the dream. Well, here's the thing. I allowed them, I got in the truck first after Trump. Um, but I purposely did not sit in the seat. I moved myself to the floorboard. It was a pretty large truck. There was just barely enough room for me to sit on the floorboard with two knees. Nice. There was enough room for me to sit in the floorboard of this truck with two knees in my back. And it felt circumstantially and like socially awkward because I didn't know the dude and his wife and the kids. But what I knew is that I wanted to be part of the truck ride. But at the same time, what was weird is I wanted to be part of the truck ride because I wanted a little bit of time just to get to the bottom of a one-on-one encounter with the president, and see what was really going on, see what I could perceive with my own eyes, you know. But at the same time, we were walking on this road, and I knew where my vehicle was, and we actually passed. All I had to do was take a left, and my car would have been right there. Like I would have gotten in my car before we got to Trump's truck. It's a white truck, big white truck. It's probably a Ford. I don't know. I don't know what kind of truck it was. It was either made in America or made in China. I don't know. I'm just kidding. I have no idea. It was a big old truck. So my walking with had less to do with getting to my vehicle and more to do with wanting to see what's really going on with my own two eyes. It was interesting. I got his affirmation that the boys' religious freedoms would be protected. I got the feeling like he didn't want to be involved in it. Like he wouldn't necessarily stand up for that boy's freedoms, but principally he agreed. Um, that's the feeling that I got. And in the midst of that, I was like, we got witnesses. I probably need to get these guys numbers. I probably need to get these guys phone numbers because now I have witnesses that he said yes, that this boy's religious freedoms are protected, constitutionally protected. That he didn't have to get this thing, and he would be vindicated. It was interesting. It was very interesting. So then, you know, I was riding the truck with the knees in my back, squished in, feeling awkward that I was sitting on the floorboard and just, just a super fifth wheel experience. And then I heard birds because I was waking up. Um, it happens regularly where I have this incredibly intricate dream developed, lots of plot line, not plot, underdeveloped plot, lots of character development, um, lots of details, lots of details, lots of content. But then it stops short. Most of my dreams, like the one I just described, they stop at the 80% mark, 80 to 90% mark. Excuse me. I would say that it's almost almost never that I have a dream conclude or resolve. That's an almost never occurrence. As in, I would have a lot of difficulty finding in my memory a dream where it concluded and resolved and came to some type of end. Apart from the ones where I die, there's quite a few of those. That's some really crazy dying dreams. Once, once I was, it wasn't just once. This one's actually happened a long time, or a couple of times. But it was a long time ago. That's what I was going to say too. I once had a dream where the enemy, I don't know, some dude, some arch villain, I don't know, some bad man had a gun that that shot forth. It was like a shotgun, but slower. Like I'm trying to think of a good um what's a good, I'm thinking Super Soaker, but that's too powerful. A weak powered water gun that shot molten gold. Molten gold. And some people have twisted minds and they're thinking, oh, I know. No, no. You don't. Literal molten gold. was part of my dream. That this dude shot me. This is a long time ago, like 5 years, 10 years, 20. I don't know. It's happened a couple of times. But anyway, where I was shot with molten gold, and it like penetrated like 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 a shotgun spread, I guess, what I would imagine, but with molten gold. It didn't like just go through me, right? It just like hit me and then started to melt, right? But I didn't die. It was that was a weird one. Those times I didn't ever die. I was just completely uh not dismembered, but marred. I don't know. Um, hit my skin burnt off, and there was like just muscle in that area. It was like so like a piece would hit here, and then it would burn out like, and then all of that would just be super raw molten gold, guys. I mean, what am I supposed to say? It's really weird. I've had some weird dreams. They never resolve. They never resolve. I don't know. I'm thankful that God has proven himself over and over again, and we've always had our needs provided for. I'm turning. I felt like I was turning. It's weird. That was weird. All right, guys. I've had 5 messages this morning. I guess early in the morning, people just don't feel very talkative. Um, I didn't move on to the dream thing meaninglessly, per se. But that's about all I've got this morning. That's about all I've got. I have time. I have time. Does anybody have any pressing questions, comments? I'm just gonna stare off into. Actually, I'll just do my routine. Rub my eyes. Continue to get this foreign matter out of my eyes. It is unusual though, if you think about it. We spend most of the day with our eyes open, right? And then the period of time that we have our eyes closed is the period that we get our eyes most filled up with nonsense, crust, you know? You would think that crust might have something to do with um, particles from the air, but if that were the case, then our eyes should fill up with particles from the air throughout the day, not throughout the night. So I'm guessing it's the drying of your tears or whatever that build up when your eyes are closed. I don't know. I have no idea. Well, maybe I do have an idea. I don't know though. All right, guys. I don't know if the chat is is broken. but I've gone to talking about how the sand in the eyes might be formed. Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh man, she'd probably like that. She would probably enjoy that. Thank you. Hi. You're staring at me. Wow. It's just because of how beautiful you are. Also, I'm trying to understand how crust forms in the Oh man. That is, I mean, honestly, I think that should be proof enough against evolution. I mean, that's the sort of next level higher stuff that should prove that evolution is not a thing. All you have to do is think about situations like that. Dude, my glasses are so dirty. Tell you what. I'll tell you what. It's a good idea. Uh, Alrighty, guys. I'm literally just sitting here cleaning my glasses. I'll stick around a little bit though. Just make a thing of it. Alrighty. Well, I'm just saying that the fact that a man would actually do those sorts of things would not necessarily be very advantageous for the success of his courtship or whatever you want to call it, marriage, you know. But it's just, and yeah, obviously that's not the only reason. Endless reasons. That's just a funny one. It's hard. Does anybody else wear glasses and do this and you flick it through and you're just like, good grief. This is like nearly impossible to get these stupid things free of weird smudges, free of just stuff. There's just stuff all over. It's, it's crazy. I don't even know. This is not helpful. I know there's a God because I expected my eyes to crust over during the day a long time ago. Now that might not be a sufficient argument, but I completely understand. Completely understand. Okay. I tell you, it's like sometimes you think that there's like a I don't know, the little oil mark or whatever where it's like it's taken up residence in this one little spot and you keep on just attacking it, trying to scrub it away, and a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time. There's like allegedly four people listening to me just ramble about nothing. You must be listen. It is a testament to your thanks and your thankfulness to God. It's a testament. You have to be so thankful for life and so satisfied in the Lord to listen to me just clean my glasses and ramble. You have to be so set in your joy and peace in God to be able to use your time this morning to just listen to this. Now, I do always hope that there is some level of edification taking place. I never hope to I never hope to be a waste of anyone's time. Not in your own mind, but like in the eyes of God. I don't want to waste anybody's time. I hope to edify. Finally, ta-da, clean, clean-ish. Not when I look at it this way. My right lens is fine, but my left lens, it's like I just proclaimed it clean. I was wrong. I'm good. Or I'm good. I'm not good. I'm glad. Glad for the edification. I'm glad that other people too are experiencing joy and thanks. Some big changes could be around the corner. What's on my mind? I have no strength in myself, in and of myself, to accomplish success related to that. There are things that are around the corner that I have literally no idea how I will traverse them. It's like knowing you're on a path and knowing you have to cross a river of unknown width, a river of unknown width, and you don't have a boat and you don't have a bridge and you don't know if there will be a bridge. You don't know if there will be a boat just tied to the shore miraculously. That is what life is like, oftentimes, but especially right now for me. Anyway, it is 15 till, give or take. Just a reminder before I head off. Monday mornings, 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and 3:30 a.m. Pacific. Nobody's going to be there Pacific time. But anyway, 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, Monday mornings. That is the time that I have established for doing actual Bible study, more, or maybe I should say a more formal Bible study. And what's the mode or the method? Mode, method, not the mode, the method. The method of the Bible study will be centered around hermeneutics, proper hermeneutics. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. Go to sleep early Sunday night if you can. Anyway, or just catch the replays. You can always do that. Okay. Mm, good stuff. Alrighty. Most of you already know this. Follow Yahweh, not your way. But how do I follow Yahweh? Well, listen to the smartest man that ever lived. It told you everything was meaningless and your life was basically pointless. When he got to the end of saying all that doomer talk, he said, "All has been heard. The end of the matter is, fear God, revere and worship him, knowing that he is. Keep his commandments, for this is the whole of man, the full original purpose of his creation, the object of God's providence, the root of character, the foundation of all happiness, the adjustment to all inharmonious circumstances and conditions under the sun, and the whole duty for every man